All right, what's up, guys? So, I decided to buy the video game Star Citizen, and yeah, at first, I was having a good time with the game, but here's the thing. I like to give things the three strike rule, and after them three strikes, I just give up hope on whatever it is that I'm getting myself into because my thing is this, all right? For those that don't know nothing about Star Citizen, this game's been in development for 12 years. Now, I guess for somebody that doesn't really know about video game development, long story short, that's not normal. When you look at a lot of different video games out there where you see some video games that went in development the same year it comes out and it's fully developed, good, all that other stuff. But even talking on probably one of the biggest games in our lifetime, and at least to me, it was one of those games where I'm like, there's just so much details that went into it. But anyways, the video game Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, that might not be on the same caliber as Star Citizen, but I would have to say when it comes to a very detailed video game, Red Dead Redemption 2, that's a video game where there's things I'm discovering about this game till this day, and this game came out back in 2018. All right, so that's why I'm like, it really confuses me when you see video games like that, when you see other detailed video games or even video games in the same genre as Star Citizen where it's like it hasn't taken that much time, for its development. But Star Citizen, on the other hand, and I keep doing that. I keep forgetting to see what the game was like back in 2012 because, yeah, it's like that. I'm like, fam, I was in high school. And it's like usually video games then came out with at least like 2-3 video games. If they plan it out, they come out with a lot of different video games, or if they are focused on one game, usually the game is fully developed by then. It shouldn't take no 12 years to get to the pre-alpha stage of the video game. But anyways, so overall, though, I wanted to go over the things that I've experienced in the game. So first things first, getting into a lobby. At first, it wasn't no issue, but I'm going to talk on that in a moment. But anyways, I got into a server. Let me correct myself. I got into a server, and I have never seen something so buggy before. Goat Simulator, I'm like, was even that buggy. And that's a video game that's known for its bugs. But anyways, yeah, but I played it, and I remember playing it earlier this year, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't get into it, because I'm like, man, this is way too buggy. But no, anyways, they were talking about, I guess they came out with a new update or a preview for their next update. Who does a preview for an update? But anyways, yeah, they were doing a preview for their next update. And I was like, all right, let me go ahead, check it out. I checked it out, and I was like, okay, this seems decent. But yeah, like I said, again, the server's extremely buggy. So I was like, you know what? I can see past that. I'm still going to play this game. So that was the first strike. Second strike, they yesterday actually, so I go and start up the game just to just get some time in, play it for a little bit while I'm streaming, and they're talking about I had to wait after 105. Yeah, it was like 105 players queue in, and then I will be able to queue in. When does it look like I want to wait until after 105 players queue in so I can queue in? And people are trying to defend that. No, I posted about it on Reddit. I'm like, this is just like a little bonus thing, but I ain't going to count it because I feel like there's a lot of video games out there where they got a bunch of toxic fans. But anyways, I knew the one way that this could be eliminated is that if they add an offline mode to the video game, I feel like that would eliminate a lot of the bugs. That would eliminate a lot of the server issues. At least for me, it's like, because I don't really particularly care for playing online. Like, if I can play the entire game offline or by myself, so be it. But anyways, but that's something that I've noticed with video games. When there's a multiplayer game and then you try playing, like if it's like one of them like MMO type multiplayer games and they have an offline mode or like just a private server or something, usually you're able to get a better experience with the game when it's like that. Because I just remember playing what was it? Well, I know they do plan on talking about that game, but Grand Theft Auto 5, I know they have like their solo mode. I never had no issues. Well, at least with that game, I never really had no issues with the servers. But that's something that's like a first for me. Like there have been games where it's like I've had issues with like some server issues, like Destiny for an example. But the thing is this though, it didn't take that game 12 years to like they came out with 2 games within that time frame of Star Citizen. So I'm like, when it comes comes down between when it's like, you know, overall, yeah, just being able to play the game. Like, yeah, I had some issues where it would like just randomly disconnect from the server, but other than that, like the times where I am actually in a game, it's never been so buggy to the point where I can't even play it, you know. So anyways, but yeah, and then on top of that too, getting back to the queue thing, like I never had to wait after. I don't think I've ever had to wait. No, 105 players after they get to queue in, then I get to queue in. I've never seen that in any multiplayer video game that I've ever played. So, anyways, there was that. But yeah, then there was the toxic fans like talking about it and stuff, and then they got mad at me, and I'm thinking to myself, how does me wanting to play the game offline got anything to do with you guys? They talking about like, oh, somebody went on to say that on Reddit saying like, oh, that's gonna like ruin a gaming PC. I'm like, no, that's gonna ruin your gaming PC. I have a decent gaming PC where it can run that game. It's like, just because y'all too cheap to go out and buy yourself a better PC, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's on you guys. But anyways, but no, then the last thing. So I'm playing the game last night, all right? And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, you know, same old, complete a contract and going about my business. So anyways, I was pretty much just doing the same contract where you got to like go out in the space, take out some person. I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I know about that. I'm going to get into that, you know, just completing contracts. So they do have it where there's kind of like this like auto flight system where it just, you know, instead of you like having to fly directly to the because it's going to take some time, you know. So they do have like an auto flight system where it just, you know, it sends you to the area. Explain to me why, as I'm going to this area, I use the auto flight thing and my spaceship just randomly blew up. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I checked my spaceship before it was like, you know, flew off and things, because I did get into a fight or something with some like A or NPC people in the game. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, you know, I don't see anything wrong. Like, all right, so you know, it should be okay. And then out of nowhere, just decided, well, I'm gonna self-destruct. And you know what, the thing is this, that was the third strike, because I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play a game where, because that's like if you're playing Forza, or I'm trying to think of some other games, Grand Theft Auto, and it's like your character just randomly decides to just die out of nowhere. Or it's like, yeah, if you're playing something like Forza and your car just randomly blows up. And I'm thinking to myself, why would anybody want to experience some stuff like that? So that's why I was like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and just try to get my money back for the game. I mean, if I can't, then I'm pretty much stuck with the game. But if somebody explained that to me, it's like, you mean to tell me this game's been in development for 12 years and that's the best that y'all can come up with? Like, I'm not trying to, you know, make the developers feel bad about themselves, but at the same time, it's like, I did give you guys my money to play a video game. Like, if you guys, I honestly think that's the thing with developers, where it's like, their video game gets to a certain status and they feel like they don't need to listen to nobody. They could just come out with whatever and it's like, oh, it's gonna be okay. But I'm like, I just remember when the one video game the day before came out and they thought they can pull that same game on people, and that's why you don't see Star Citizen on Steam. It's not because probably due to, because I think they say it only costs like $100 to put your game on Steam. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure the developers behind Star Citizen made more than enough money to be able to put their game on Steam. But anyway, I just know for a fact that probably the main reason why they don't want to put their game on Steam is because they know that people are going to bomb the reviews. And then this game's going to be, because I can just see right now this game in the current status that it's in, it definitely would be at an overwhelmingly negative. If not that, very negative, or mostly negative, but it's not going to be in the positives, not in its current state. So if anybody is wondering, should you go out and buy Star Citizen, it will probably be best to hold off on the game, because they keep saying like, oh, the game's supposed to be fully released in 2026, so I would recommend checking it out then. But currently right now, and that's the thing, I don't believe that the game, unless they come out with like some hard-hitting updates to fix the game, other than that, I don't see this game being ready in 2026. I see when 2026 comes that, yeah, it's like the game, they're going to be blowing it up, that it's going to have a full release, but it's going to be in the same state that it's in right now. Because I'm like, the one video game the day before, it had its early access release, and it was pretty much in the same state as Star Citizen. And that game, it ain't even a game no more. Why? Because it wasn't working. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you guys, if you're going to release a game got to work. But if it ain't going to work, then don't be surprised if the same people that are defending your game right now going to be the same people talking against your game in the future. So, but anyways, with that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching today's TikTok video. Stay tuned for the next video, and peace.